Hello, welcome to McAfee series of video tutorials. This video is to demonstrate how to create McAfee Drive Encryption Recovery Tool, the DETech, or sometimes called DETech, using the Windows PE. There are three requirements. First, you need to download the Microsoft ADK, which is the Windows Assessment and Deployment Kit. Then you have to download the latest drive encryption version using your grant number. When downloaded, extract it and copy the DETech folder and its contents. Lastly, download drive encryption tech code of the day tool and have it ready for DETech recovery authorization. On my desktop, I do have all the three requirements. I've downloaded the package and I've extracted, taking the DETech folder out. So I do have the WinPE, which contains all the drive encryption files for OPPO 32, 64, Win32, Win64. The difference here is if your drive, your hard drive is OPPO and your OS is Windows 32-bit, then this is what you need. The same with OPPO 64. And if you're just using a normal hard drive, which uses just a software encryption, and your OS is 32-bit or 64-bit, then these are the two folders you will need. Okay, let's get on with the installation of ADK. Please note that this is, make sure this is selected, the Windows pre-installation environment. For the purposes of this video, I will pause video, as this installation normally takes a while to complete. I will be back with you shortly. Thank you. So we're back. We can see that the ADK is successfully installed. So let's close it. And once we have the ADK installed, the next is to create the PE files with boot.wim. So all we need to do is to go to all programs, and we should see a folder now called Windows Kits. More, run as administrator. Running this will take you to this directory. To get the PE directory, we need to go back once. Then if we do dir here, we see Windows pre-installation environment is there. So cd. Okay, now if we go in here, we see there's a copy command there which is required to do this operation. So go. So as you can see, I have the command which is copy PE. My architecture is 64-bit, so I'm using AMD 64, and then I've defined where I want the PE files to be created into. You do not need to do anything. This command will create the folder and its contents. So let's hit enter here. Yeah, success. Let's go and check what we have. Yeah, there it is. We have Windows PE 64, and we have the media folder, and if you look into the sources, you see the boot.wim is also included. So that is the second part of it. Now we need to create drive encryption recovery tool. Now let's see how it's done. I will use this window. Normally what I do is I come in here and I copy the WinPE folder onto the root of C. So I'll copy this WinPE folder. I'll copy it. So now let's go back and then go to the WinPE folder. Okay, within the WinPE folder we have now included a batch file called WinPE Tech. So that's what we will need to run. So we go WinPE Tech. Now we have to define where we created the Windows PE to. That's PE was WinPE 64. That was the folder. And then now we need to define the architecture. It's a 64-bit, so all you need is 64. And what we're creating now is just a software encryption, so we will call this PC, and that's all we need. So let's make sure the WinPE directory is correct. WinPE 64, WinPE 64. Okay, let's hit enter here. Okay, was a bit of a lag in there. So what it's doing now is actually injecting, or is mounting the image, and then the WinPE image, which is the mounting the boot.wim, and then inject all the drive encryption drivers into it. Okay, it says success. That's done. So now if we go to the WinPE folder, PE, so the media still contains all the files you needed. So the next is to actually format a USB drive. Format a USB drive and copy all the contents of media onto it. And I'll format this. That's the USB. That's my USB. I'm going to format it on FAT32. No, it's fat. I will rather use format FAT32. Yes. Format is done. So all we need to do now is to come to WinPE 64, open the media folder, Control A, copy all the contents, and just paste them onto the formatted USB. I don't think this is going to take that long, so I will leave the copying running with the video. So that is all done. That's your DETech drive encryption recovery tool done. The next is we go into I'm going to demonstrate how to use the recovery tool. At the moment I do have drive encryption installed on this system, but I haven't activated yet. I'm going to activate, encrypt it, and during that time I will pause the video again. I will be back. Thank you. Thank you very much for waiting. So we have drive encryption now active on this system, and it's being encrypted. It's being encrypted. What the next thing is, I have to show you so the way the recovery, the way you recover, you can use the user's login details to recover, or in a case where the user has left the company and you don't have any details of him and the system is locked at the drive encryption pre-boot environment, you will have to download the machine key from EPO and then use that file to do the recovery. And this is how it's done. So in my scenario, the system is DETech, and you go to drive encryption. So select that action, drive encryption, export recovery information, click OK, and we do have the recovery information here. I will right click on it and say save targets as. Yeah, DETech. What I will do is I will first put it on the desktop. I'll save. First put it at the desktop. So that's the file. And normally what I do is I will copy the same file and put it on the WinPE USB. So what I'll create a new folder and call it machine key, then put it in there, paste. So this will be required at the time of trying to recover the machine. I'll pause the video again until the system is fully encrypted. I will be back shortly. Thank you. Back. Thank you very much. Now we are on 99%. So the machine is now fully encrypted. We do have our USB ready, which is connected to this VM, and I'm hoping I will be able to boot onto the USB on this VM without any issues. So let's go ahead and reboot the machine. Let's restart. I'm trying to see if I can get the boot menu on the system. Yes. So let's go down to the USB device. Yes, now so it is booting now into Windows PE. Otherwise it would have shown the drive encryption pre-boot environment. So while the system is booting, again, I don't want to keep you on for so long. I will pause this and I will be back shortly with you. Thank you. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully it's not gonna take a long time anymore. Yes, so it's booted into WinPE. What we do here is we go down to the root of X, and then we can change directory to program files. And if the driver encryption drivers were injected, then we should have driver encryption directory here, which we do. If we do dir here, we can see that we do have DETech 64. So what we need to do is to just run DETech 64. Yeah, there we are. So what we need is to get the tech code as mentioned, and to authorize the system. So what I'm going to do is to grab the code quickly. I will be with you short. Thank you. The code of the day, which I just got from the driver encryption tech tool, or the recovery tech tool, is 2309. So let's see if we can authorize it. 2309. Yeah, authorization works. So now there are two ways of authentication here. You could authenticate using token, which means you will need the owner of the system, the user's login name and password. You can also use, in case this user has left the company and there's no way finding his or her credentials, then you could use the machine key, which I demonstrated in the before from APO, where we extracted the file. So what I want to do now is to try and authenticate with both. First, we will start with the machine key. So you click on the file, and I quite remember I have, yes, the USB is still here, which is the E, and I think I created a folder called machine key, and I had the machine key for the XML file. So I select it, click OK, and straight it's actually loaded. It's loaded now. See the difference that we can remove, we can check workspace, we can do several things. Today this video, the purpose of this video is to recover, meaning remove driver encryption, so that you can bypass the driver encryption pre-boot and go to your Windows and then copy your files. So the machine key has done the authentication. The next is, I'll show you how the token is. The token, you just need the username, and not sure about the password, but let's see. 543. Okay, yeah, so I got the password right. So now you can see that we've been able to authenticate with token and also with the machine key. The next is to recover the machine by removing driver encryption. So we click on remove DE. When we click on remove, you see it's been decrypted, and it has 6 minutes remaining. So again, I'll pause the video and I will be back with you shortly. So I'm back as we are down to 98% with the encryption, with the decryption. So it says driver encryption was removed successfully. Please exit driver encryption tech and reboot your machine to log into Windows. That is exactly what the tool does. it removes drive encryption, which enables you to bypass the drive encryption pre-boot authentication page and go straight to Windows. So let's click OK here. Let's do quit again, and here we can just exit it, and let's see, this time it should boot straight into Windows without showing the machine should boot straight into Windows without showing the McAfee pre-boot environment. There you go. Okay, we are in Windows, and so that is the end of the tutorial, and is the quickest way of creating the WinPE. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Thank you.